Covering Guyana from coast to coast.
Demerara and Essequibo 99.1 FM.
Berbice 99.5 FM. Kaieteur Radio.
Good day. Welcome to your news at noon on Kaieteur Radio. I'm Kevin. Let's do the news in detail. While Guyana has made successful strides in ensuring oil companies have 90 to 100% of their contracts for transportation, catering, and janitorial services go to locals, it should not distract from the bigger picture. In fact, international oil and gas experts are cautioning Guyanese to avoid buying into the dream that more money in the nation's oil account or accomplishments on the local content front automatically translate to a better standard of living. According to industry experts, the key to real transformative growth lies with having strong institutions and an experienced cadre of professionals overlooking the spending of the oil well. In conclusion, the industry analysts are of the view that Guyana has to build a clear line of sight for communicating activities, impact, and outcomes to the citizens and make people feel that they have a right to demand better and know how they can go about doing so. Meanwhile, a vendor's 20-foot container snack it has reportedly been carted away by thieves from the Georgetown seawall some 2 days ago. The owner of the container, Keisha Coates, managed to raise some cash and purchased a 20-foot container for some $400,000 and had transported it to the spot last month. Now, with the container missing, she is offering a $160,000 reward to anyone who can assist her in locating it. Contact can be made with Coates on telephone numbers 674-1583 or 660-8444 or the nearest police station. As global economies continue to grapple with the fallout from unusually high oil prices, Bulgaria has been the latest country to impose a windfall tax on oil companies operating in the South Europe state. Business intelligence group CNews said that Bulgaria's National Assembly on Tuesday adopted changes to its legislation, placing a temporary windfall tax of 33% on oil, gas, and coal companies. Lawmakers agreed on the windfall tax, describing it as a temporary means towards taxing excessive profits generated by companies active in the crude oil, petroleum refining, natural gas, and coal industries. And in other news, an oil spill on Monday has polluted approximately 4 kilometers of coastline of one of Venezuela's top tourist destinations. Carbon have been filled along the shores of Lecheria, a Venezuelan city. The city's mayor, Manuel Ferreira Gonzalez, in a Twitter post, confirmed the incident and declared the closure of several beaches. Mayor Ferreira Gonzalez described the situation as a catastrophic scenario. In another post, he stated that the city authorities will continue to monitor the coastlines. And from the sale of its carbon credits, the country must first pay a verification fee of $1.8 million or $360 million to the international regulatory body, the Architecture for Red Plus Transactions. This was the message conveyed to the National Assembly by Minister of Natural Resources, during the sitting. It was only last Friday that Hess Corporation signed a 15-year agreement with the government to purchase its carbon credits between the period 2016 to 2032. Nonetheless, Barrett said the now approved sum was needed to specifically cater for the payments Guyana will be receiving for the period 2016 to 2020. And moving on, the main political opposition, ANU-AFC, see a satisfactory audit of ExxonMobil's costs, the nation will not know the true benefits it is receiving from oil production in the Stabroek Block. Opposition economist Elson Lowe reasoned that any pronouncements on the share of profits the country is receiving should be set aside, whether they are coming from Exxon, the government, or anyone else. Meanwhile, Exxon, in at least 10 billboards erected across the country, has sought to convince Guyanese that the country is receiving 52% of the total profits from the sector. The time has now moved on. Return shortly after the break.
This is GHK Lal inviting you to join me weekdays from Monday to Friday on the National Outlook for commentary on a range of issues. Immediately after the 12 noon and 7 p.m. newscasts on Kaieteur Radio at 99.1 FM and 99.5 FM. Looking forward to you sharing in the conversation.
Welcome back. ExxonMobil's affiliate, Esso, has begun its search for local insurance operators to provide coverage for at least two of its upcoming energy projects. Service providers are concerned, however, that there is no real money to be made from the U.S. multi-million-dollar transactions, since Esso is only seeking local firms to front that will still be held by overseas insurers and out of control of local companies. And the defendants in the October 10, 2022 robbery at Kaieteur News South Beach Charleston office are set to return to court today for the disclosure of statements in the matter. Those charged and on remand are 33-year-old Ryan Wharton, a former Kaieteur News research assistant, 35-year-old Joshua Jr., a Kaieteur News security guard, 25-year-old Ivor Belingi, 23-year-old Lemuel Grant, and 36-year-old Harry Strongster, along with 40-year-old Collis Haywood and 35-year-old Kevin France. On Wednesday, the defendants appeared before the Chief Magistrate Anne McLennan at the Georgetown Magistrates Courts. They were once again remanded and are scheduled to appear in court today. And moving on, police in Region 7 on Tuesday arrested the man who allegedly chopped a minor to death and critically wounded his brother during a revenge attack at Sulphur Rose Back Dam, Cuyuni River. The suspect has been identified by police as a 31-year-old minor. He allegedly attacked the brothers, Raphael and Clive Cadogan, around 6 hours on Tuesday while they were asleep in their camp. Raphael, a welder of Linden, was killed and Clive is critical at the Bartica Hospital. And on that note, we wrap things up with the page 7 of today's Kaieteur News, dedicated to being blunt. Brainwashing by billboards. Exxon delivered another gift to Guyanese. Deceptive billboards. Billboards are Exxon's new weapons to beat Guyanese into the ground. Billboards are Exxon's new yokes put around Guyanese necks. Billboards are the new structures that Exxon builds to imprison Guyanese minds. Guyanese should spit upon and curse each time they see them. Guyanese should kick up a stink each time they think of Exxon's insulting billboards. And that brings us to the end of today's News at Noon. I'm Kevin Smith. Thank you for listening. That's the news of the moment. Remember to get the full details of these stories, pick up a copy of the Kaieteur News. And don't forget, you can catch us on the MyTuner app as well as the Radio Garden app. You can also keep up to date by liking our Facebook page at Kaieteur Radio and subscribing to our YouTube channel.